Todd Armstrong. Make some noise, huh? I do not have one-night stands. I won't brag about how bad at sex I am. I'm the one married comic tonight. My wife's here to support me. Thank you! The other 3% of people that aren't in a polyamorous relationship here in Portland. Awesome. Marriage is simple. It's not hard. It's just math. Negatives and positives. You do the positives, you don't do the negatives. Happy relationship, whatever you define it as. Right? Go to her restaurant. Positive. Piss on the seat. Negative. Open the door for her. Positive. Bang the neighbor. Negative. But remember, if you bang 2 neighbors at once, that's called a double negative. Mathematically, that is always positive. My wife's like, instead of do comedy, my in-laws, they were going to come tonight. They do not support my comedy. My in-laws don't like that I do comedy. It's mainly because my brother-in-law and me, we have not talked in 4 years. No joke. I have not spoke to my brother-in-law in 4 years because my brother pantsed my brother-in-law at my niece's 2nd birthday. For real, it was kind of my brother-in-law's fault. It was a very boring party. It was a very boring party. My brother was following the rules of humor, right? Basic rules of humor. You pants a guy, hilarious, every single time. But if you pants a girl, Class B felony, every single time. He didn't break that rule. It was a boring party. He pants my brother-in-law when he was barbecuing. My brother-in-law turned around and screamed, "Who pantses someone at a children's party?" Lost it. I jumped up and said, "Wait a minute, who doesn't wear underwear to a children's party?" And that's why they're not here tonight. Marriage is complex. I love how they have about gay marriage in the debate. That's hilarious. That shouldn't even be an issue. Like, just, I love it. I swear it is. I swear it's just because we have a lot of stupid people with access to free Bibles. That's all it is. I swear it is. The more ignorant an individual is, the more religious fervor they have. They'll quote you Leviticus 18:22. "Man shall not lay with mankind, because it's an abomination." But it says nothing about ladies laying with ladies. Proves God's a dude. Abomination. Abomination does not mean you're going to hell. It means a social trespass. It means an oops. It means wearing a flip-flops. It means like white pants after Labor Day, farting in the car. These are all abominations. You're not going to hell, you're just not going to ride next time. There's a big difference. Leviticus is a complex book. Talks about what kind of locusts you can eat, what kind of grasshoppers you can't, about how shellfish is an abomination, pork is an abomination, blended clothing. This shirt's an abomination, technically. This tattoo's an abomination. Bacon wrapped shrimp are the most delicious thing on the planet. That's technically a double abomination if you think about it, right? Bacon wrapped shrimp are just as bad as me putting 2 dicks in my mouth at the same time. Bacon wrapped shrimp's delicious, so I'm not here to judge. Live your life, do what you want. I love that about Portland. You're free to do whatever the hell you want. Portland is just, it's a blend of things that don't fit, right? Portland's basically if Texas and Amsterdam had sex in college. Let it figure itself out in the 30s in the woods, yeah. A lot of weed here, a lot of food here. That's good for me because I'm a mature pothead. I love this life. Half the room demographically are mature potheads. They just probably don't even know it. If you're a mature pothead, if you're a person who lives your life between just high enough to do this and holy shit, I got too high to do this. Name right there. My nephews just moved to Washington, so I'm having a lot of conversation with them about what drugs are, because pot's legal there now. They're like, oh, it's confusing because the federal government says it's a thing. And the reason I tell them to look for is like, hey, you know what? We would never build a culture on a drug, right? It's pretty basic. Pot's a plant, meth's a drug. That's a real drug. You've never seen culture built on meth. We've all seen High Times magazine. We've never seen Meth Monthly, though. You look at High Times magazine, detailed articles on how to grow a plant. In the middle, there's a naked woman covered in that plant. That's art. You wouldn't pick up a copy of Crank Cosmo, right? You wouldn't do that? Read the articles on how to exchange scrap metal. You don't give a shit. Check out the centerfold this month of Crank Cosmo. Ooh, Miss Salem. Ooh. Some really skinny girl covered in only like empty Sudafed boxes and scratch marks. I love Portland. I can talk about what I want here. You cannot talk about meth on the road. A lot of clubs will not allow you to talk about meth because it's a real drug, sincerely. First time they ever did a club out in the Tri-Cities, they're like, 2 things you do not talk about on our stage. Don't talk about meth, and don't talk about the Hanford nuclear plant. And I said, what do you people think's gonna happen when those meth heads find out there's copper in the reactor building?